I know you are waking up this morning feeling brand new, feeling great, ready to take the day by charge. It's a brand new attitude. It all starts with attitude, family. How you waking up this morning? Well, you have dialed into the Teen Effort Lifestyle Call, where you will hear things that will move you from sex to faith to action. You keep hearing it every day right here. Wonderful, wonderful stories, lives being changed, people being developed into who they didn't think they could ever be, doing things they never thought they could ever do before, sharing a product that is just changing people's lives around the world. My goodness, we're in such a good place. Well, this is your host, Pastor Denise McDowell, along with my business partner, Pastor Del Wafer. Family, the line is open. Who's with me this morning? Give me your name and let me know where you're calling in from.
Thelma Williams, Walterboro, South Carolina. Good morning, team. It's a great day. You're too legit to quit.
Ooh, too legit to quit. Go ahead, Miss Thelma. I hear you this morning, girl. You're getting something started this morning, Miss Thelma.
Fun today.
Welcome to the call. Thank you for that great enthusiasm. Keep it going, Miss Thelma.
Absolutely.
Well, good morning, family. Who's with us? Go right ahead.
I got a new attitude. Newark, California, Samantha Richardson.
Go ahead, Miss Samantha. You're singing, girl. What were you singing this morning, girl? What were you singing?
I said, I got a new attitude. I'm saying my people, super thin. And I say it again. I got a new attitude.
Go ahead, Miss Samantha. You got to answer this morning, girl. Woo! Great singing, girl. Can't wait to see you in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for being here, Miss Thelma. All right, family. What's with us? Go right ahead. Introduce yourself.
This is Cassandra Cole from Upper Marlboro.
Oh, and Miss Cassandra, sound like you got a pep in your step this morning.
Always got a pep in my step.
Well, welcome to the call this morning.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. You know what, family? I want you to hear something beautiful. I know Vicky Soto's on the conference this morning, but we have this beautiful couple that's a part of the 10 family. I think, Vicky, are you on the call, Vicky Soto?
Yes, I am.
Vicky, we have some wonderful news of a couple of our team members that's been hanging around each other and team up and networking. They've been on these vitamin sprays. They've been doing all kind of stuff, dancing in Vegas, and just showing off. Why don't you share with the family what's going on with these two folks here?
Okay, I'm proud to announce that our 10 executives here in Louisville, Kentucky, two of our, we'll call them senior members, okay? But I don't know how they're going to feel about saying that. I don't know. Trudy always says she's a cougar, so she don't mind me telling her everybody she's 76. But anyway, they are getting married. Stan and Trudy are getting married on Friday. And we're so excited. We've watched their courtship, you know. Yeah.
Wow, family. I don't know if you heard it, but Vicky said Trudy and Stan, and this is a couple that's been with 10 from the beginning, part of Vicky Soto's team, 75, 76 years young, and they are getting married this Friday. Can we say congratulations to Trudy and Stan?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Look, Trudy and Stan, if you need someone to sing at that wedding, I suggest you get Samantha. Samantha has this dynamite voice. Wow, congratulations.
Don Joseph, Emeryville, California.
I know. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Don?
Love it. Hey, look.
That's beautiful.
This is showtime.
I want to tell everybody that's a side effect of the sprays.
Yeah,
I know I found them a love, and I did too.
So, look, thank God for cell energy.
You know.
Welcome, showtime.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
Talking about, look at this little young couple right here. That is beautiful. You know, we have some other wonderful announcements. We got Eric and Ashley Gale. They have an announcement to make. what's going on with them since being in 10. But this is beautiful. Stan and Trudy, 75, 76-year young. They've been just blowing the business up in 10. They've been on the sprays, doing all kind of stuff. I caught them in Vegas dancing. Oh, my goodness, excuse me, just cutting up the floor. And now here they are getting married this Friday. That is so beautiful. Congratulations. We love you guys so much. And this is what it's all about. Yes, yes.
This is Vicki.
Vicki.
One other thing about them is they just opened a 10 office too. They opened a 10 office in Louisville, a team effort network office, and it's like a little suite of like 3 offices, and they've got a presentation area and everything. So yeah, they are ready to go. They're getting ready to go on their honeymoon, but when they come back, I'm sure they're going to be fired up.
Wow, it'll Vicki, you got to have them on the call when they get back from their honeymoon.
I will definitely try.
You got to have them on the call. Vicki, your team has been blowing it up out. Every time I look on Facebook, you got a new executive, you got a new diamond member. Girl, you know it's cutting up out there in Louisville.
Well, let me just say, the Ohio Valley area is growing leaps and bounds, and yeah, we've got some new executives and people who won the promotion and everything going on. I mean, it's been crazy, but I'm really excited for the team and some really exciting stuff that hopefully I'll get to announce to you guys here soon, some stuff that's in action. Let me just say it's an NCAA situation, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. Well, we got to pin you in next week, Vicki. Come on, give me a day. What day can you come on next week and share all that good news with us?
Denise, I'm going to be in the middle of the Atlantic, or actually Caribbean Sea. Next week I'm on a cruise, so we'll have to pin it in. Something tells me I won't be able to call you guys from out in the water, but, I definitely want to talk about it when I get back, definitely.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward. Your team is doing a great job out there. Vicki, thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing the information with Stan and Trudy. Love it, love it, love it. Great things are happening. Well, we're going to continue with the call and bring on my business partner, Pastor Del Wafer. Pastor Del, are you there? Are you there, Pastor Del Wafer?
I'm here. Hello. Welcome to the Tel Call. Glad to be here. As someone said, how are you, Pastor Del? I said, I'm alive and grateful. So I'm alive and grateful to be here, and looking forward to catching up with two. What did Paul Jackson call Vicky Soto? Two-car Vicky Soto. So looking forward to catching up with two-car.
Well, Vicky's team is going up out there in Louisville, and I'm looking forward to hearing from one of them. Denise Moore has a big event that they're all working on in February, coming up really soon. Denise, look, if you listen, I really am trying to move some things around to be there. I don't know what it looks like right now, but I'm still working on it. So we're looking forward to that. Well, family, it's Wednesday, and we have this superstar on the call with us today. She's been bringing some wonderful information to us in regards to her team and her TTPs and her business and the sprays, and she's so knowledgeable in the sprays and the ingredients that are in the sprays and how they're working and why they're working so well in our bodies. I had a wonderful chance to speak with her and a couple of her team members, and it was so funny because she had these two great team members, Miss Young and Carolyn, and we were talking about the sprays, and then all of a sudden they started to talk about what the sprays would do for them, not realizing that they even had a testimony. This is the great thing about the sprays. You have these wonderful testimonies. You don't even realize that you have one until you start sharing it with people. So, family, let us welcome to the call Miss Shakina Day. Miss Shakina, are you there?
I'm here. How are you?
I'm doing great, lady. How are you this morning?
I'm doing wonderful. Doing great.
Well, I had a great time speaking with you and Carolyn and Miss Young the other day. It just blessed me to hear them talk about the sprays and what they were doing for them, and not even realizing that they had. And when Miss Young said, I got an address I haven't had on in 2 years, and I don't think she realized it until that moment. So go ahead and share with us today what you want us to know about sprays and your team and your TTPs and what's going on with you.
Okay, well, I just want to start out with saying this. I went into work yesterday at 4 o'clock. So I've slept maybe a couple of hours. So I'm still wide awake. I sprayed yesterday. I'm just like full of energy. So I just had to put that out there. I'm not tired or fatigued, but the sprays are so awesome. They're pretty much life changing. I can say this. My mother was coming down with a cold this week, and she was coughing, congested, and then of course we were like, okay. Let's spray some cell energy, because she didn't have any more sprays. She was all out. She was waiting for her shipment to come in. So, she was like looking in the medicine cabinet for something. And I was like, okay, well, just spray this and see how you feel. And she sprayed the cell energy. And probably a couple of minutes later, she came back and she was like, oh, this is great. This really works. I was like, yeah, it really works. And she felt better. Like within minutes, she can tell the difference. She wasn't sneezing as much. She could start breathing. Her nose wasn't running as much. So the sprays are very powerful, and the ingredients that's in the sprays are very powerful. Today, I just wanted to talk a little bit briefly about cardiovascular disease, because that is pretty much like the leading cause of death in the U.S. So with that being said, a lot of times, I know a lot of people don't go to their get their regular checkups or physicals or whatever the case may be. And so therefore, if you don't have those checkups and get checked on a regular, sometimes you may not know where your values are, where your blood pressure is, where you stand on all different levels, especially like if you're vitamin B deficient, glutathione deficient, whatever the case may be. And so a lot of times when we're deficient in a lot of areas, that brings on a lot of different diseases and infections within our body. I wanted to start out with saying, according to the CDC, there's 47.5 million adults every year that reports a disability. And the 3 most common cases of disability are arthritis, back pain, and heart problems. And that, to me, stood out so much. It just like, wow, just like a light came on, because I was reading an article that the CDC put out, and it was saying how if you just increase your physical activity and reduce obesity, and also reduce the use of tobacco use, that'll eliminate a lot of the underlying causes of all these disabilities that are occurring every year. And to me, that said a lot, because if we don't take control over our life, and say, okay, what's more important? Is it more important for me just to have this want, this desire, or, have the want or desire to live a healthier life? Sometimes we want things, but a lot of the things that we may want may not even be good for us, may not even be good for our body. So we have to make sure that we're keeping a constant, we're thinking about that consistently every day, all of the time, no matter what we may be going through. A lot of times, some people are emotional eaters, some people aren't emotional eaters, whatever the case may be. We always have to be conscious of what we're consuming and putting in our bodies, and also making sure that we're paying attention to our body. I read this quote, and it says, every time you eat or drink, you're either feeding a disease or fighting a disease. What are you doing? Are you feeding a disease? Eating sugar, cakes, pies, all of these, snack cakes, Debbie cakes, all these processed foods, all these, the frozen, out of the frozen food section, these microwavable dinners. What are you feeding? Are you feeding your disease? Are you feeding cancer? Are you feeding your high blood pressure? Are you feeding, your diabetes? Or are you consuming things that actually help you fight those diseases? That's very important that we actually consume. But we also have to research and understand, okay, what's going to help us change our lifestyle? I always tell my clients, it's not, I don't like diet, and my husband doesn't like the word diet. It's about the way you eat. And I don't say diet because it's a lifestyle. So you have to change the way you eat permanently. That's not saying that, okay, I can't never eat a pie, I can never eat a cake, but that's saying, okay, well, I'm going to limit myself because I know these things aren't good for me. These things make me feel good because they make my brain, woo, jump for joy or whatever the case may be. But I know that they're not good for me internally. And then if they're not good for me internally, all of those things are going to eventually start showing up externally. So that's very, very important. One of the main things is heart disease. Heart disease is so profound in the U.S. That's like the leading cause of death. And there's so many different things that are categorized into heart disease. Like you have ischemic strokes, you have hemorrhagic strokes, you have heart attacks, all of those things. And pretty much I'm going to give a breakdown of what heart disease is. It's basically when you have built up plaque in your walls, in your arteries, and you have arteries flowing to your blood. You have arteries flowing to your heart. So it's pumping blood to your heart. And guess what? What is a heart attack? Okay, when you have your arteries, the blood is traveling through your arteries to your heart. But when you have plaque buildup from your cholesterol, which is your bad cholesterol, when you have that HDL build up into those arteries, okay, then that's basically going to limit and it's going to make the blood a little harder to flow through. And then a blood clot may form. When that blood clot forms, it can actually do a couple of things. It can actually stop the blood flow completely, and that causes a heart attack. When that blood flow is eliminated or actually stops going to the heart, that's when a heart attack occurs. And then you have those muscle tissues dying. So some people recover from heart attacks. Some people do not. But that's why it's so very important that we be careful of what we consume, what we're eating, what we're digesting. Also, ischemic stroke. This happens when your brain doesn't get enough blood. So when a blood clot is formed to your brain, one of the blood vessels going to your brain, when a blood clot is formed, that's when it happens. And then brain cells begin to die. You have hemorrhagic strokes when your actual blood vessels burst in the brain. And guess what? The most common cause of a hemorrhagic stroke is uncontrolled hypertension. Uncontrolled hypertension. If we can just control our high blood pressure, we can eliminate some of these risk factors. We can eliminate some of these diseases and all of these disabilities that are occurring. All you have to do is just take the time and say you exercise every day. Start eating properly, eating whether you're eating a protein, a carbohydrate, and a fiber. And then you eat your healthy fats, like your nuts, like your almonds. Those are healthy nuts. Those are things that you eat, but you start eating better. And once you start eating better, you start feeling a lot better. You start eliminating all of those risk factors that are associated with all of these. Like I would say the B boost also helps with high blood pressure. That's very important. Also, the vitamin D helps with hypertension as well. So knowing these things, okay, you might say, okay, you may be deficient in some of these areas as well. It's not just about, okay, we're not eating right, but that will play along with it. You're not eating right, you're deficient, you're not exercising. Those are key things that you have to always remember. Eat right, supplement, and exercise. That will go a long way, a very long way. Another thing, the Slim. When I talk about the Slim, it's such a good product because it helps you lose weight. And it targets that fat, even the bad fat that we're eating. It helps, and even the fat that's going to be stored in our bodies, it helps burn that fat. It targets that fat so your body can get rid of it. And I always I want to give this little formula. Now, according to the CDC, body mass index is basically a calculation of your weight and height proportion based upon your weight and your height, whether you're overweight, underweight, normal, obese, whatever the case may be. So performing this calculation can tell you whether, okay, am I where I should be, or, should I be exercising more? What should I be doing? Should I be eating more because I'm underweight? whatever the case may be. And this right here, I use a lot. I used it one time. I had a client and she was like, oh, I'm not overweight. I'm okay, whatever the case may be. Okay, well, we're going to determine that right now. So I had her pull out her calculator. We actually wrote down this formula. Here's the formula. Your weight in pounds divided by your height squared, okay? All times 703. So you have your weight in pounds, your height squared, and then times 703. So say, for instance, I have a client that's 150 pounds. They are 5'5", so convert that into inches. That's 65 inches, okay? So I'm going to take 150 divided by 65 squared, okay? 65 times 65. Once I get the 65 times 65, I'm going to divide 150 divided by that and multiply that entire, by 703. The result is 24.96, okay? So if you're underweight, if your number is 18.5, you're considered underweight. If your range is between 18.5 and 24.9, you're considered normal weight. If you're 25.0 to 25.9, you're considered overweight. If that number comes out 30 or greater, you're considered obese. I had her perform that calculation. And guess what? She came to find out, she was like, I'm obese. Okay, so therefore, that's how you know you need to start making some changes in your life. Sometimes it takes people a little different. Some people respond differently to different things. But if you start opening their eyes, get them to see exactly how important this is. Don't take this lightly, because you only have one life, and you have to take care of your body, because that's the only place you have to live. If you don't take care of your body, you have nowhere else to live. So we always have to take care of ourselves. But if we're not doing that, if we take it lightly, then, it's kind of useless. It's kind of pointless. But we also have to inform people, okay, look, I know you may not, my husband and I were actually talking to a young man, and he was like, my husband was like, oh, do you take vitamins? He was like, no. And then he was like, well, a lot of people in America are vitamin D deficient and don't even know it. You should probably get checked to find out, whatever. He was like, how old do you think I am? That was his response. And, to myself, I was like, well, sir, it really doesn't matter how old you are, because I'm 31 years old and I'm vitamin D deficient, And, he told him his age. He was like, yeah, you're probably around my father's age, whatever. He was like, yeah, you're right. But understanding that, if you understand the importance, it doesn't matter about your age, because it's people who are 10, 12, 15, 30, 35, 40, that may be obese, overweight, have diabetes, have high blood pressure, that have cancer, suffering with all different types of inflammation in their bodies, and are not taking care of themselves. Why? Because they don't have that person there to push them, to educate them, to get them more informed on how you can do better in the things that you're doing and the things that you're consuming. And it's all about, it's all about living a healthier lifestyle, because if you're not living a healthy lifestyle, then you can't, tomorrow's not promised for anyone, but your risk factors aren't there if you're living a healthier lifestyle. Your risk factors are lowered versus somebody who's eating whatever anytime, not supplementing, not exercise. So we always have to take that into consideration. I always tell my clients, look, you didn't gain it all in one day, so you're not going to lose it all in one day. That's not possible. So it's a process. Anything that you do takes process, but you have to be determined to say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to eat. It may be a daily struggle. It doesn't matter. As long as you put your best foot forward and try hard every day. Today I may have slipped and fall, but guess what? Tomorrow's a new day. I'm going to try harder again tomorrow. That's my thing. Every day is a new day, so don't worry about what happened yesterday. Don't worry about what happened last week. Do your best today and whatever you do. That's just like That goes the same for, when you get out, talk to people. Say, for instance, if you're not getting out this week, if you didn't get out yesterday, whatever the case may be, don't worry about it. Try your best today to go network, talk to people, do whatever have to you do to get them informed about their health. And supplementation is the key, because we won't get everything out of the foods that we eat. It's not possible, especially the way the foods are manufactured. So supplementation is the key. We have all these trace minerals, these vitamin D, vitamin B, the cell energy, the alpha lipoic acid, the glutathione, all of these products, these antioxidants that's in the super 10, the ionic minerals that's in the super 10. All of those things are very important and vital to our lives. And we have to know that. We have to get people aware of that and educate them on, living a healthier lifestyle and supplementing. That's another thing. So the cell energy is such a powerful product because it helps with the immune system. Like I said earlier, my mother, she was coughing and sneezing, and all of a sudden, she sprayed a couple of sprays, and she felt the difference within a few seconds. And basically what it's doing, the glutathione and alpha lipoic acid are working together so they can actually target those free radicals, those damaged cells, all of those cells that's in a body that are foreign, and they're trying to get rid of those things so that your body can replicate new healthy cells to fight off infection. Another thing, the super 10 helps with inflammation. Heart disease is an inflammatory disease. So when you have that buildup in your arteries, guess what? There's inflammation there because of the buildup. So that's what super 10 does. It helps with inflammation because it contains all of those antioxidants. It contains the aloe vera, the maki berry, the goji berry, the acai berry, the 5-HTP. And guess what? I found out that the 5-HTP also helps with weight loss because it helps suppress the appetite as well. And I was like, oh, wow, that's, a bump on the head, whatever, that was just like a wake-up call to me. And because I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. So knowing that was very powerful. Another thing I wanted to talk about is also, and this is on the health side of things, as far as what we're consuming, the oils that we consume, the oils that we cook with. We want to be careful with what oils we cook with, because we have oils that are still processed. A lot of the oils that we buy that are cooking oils, they're processed. But we want to get more natural oils like the olive oil, the coconut oil. And then one thing that we want to pay attention to is the smoke point. What is the smoke point of the oil that you're using? Because once you heat your oil past that smoke point, okay, then oxidation begins. And when that oxidation begins, when it's consumed, okay, oxidation begins, there's free radicals occurring in your body. They're growing. So therefore, we have to be careful because that oil, once it passes that smoke point, it can become carcinogen. So that's why we have to be very careful and be aware, because years ago, I wasn't even aware about the smoke point of an oil or anything like that. I had no clue. I had no idea. But we have to be aware of that, because some of the things that we're doing, some of the things we're cooking with or eating, whatever the case may be, are causing damage on the inside of our bodies. So we also have to be very careful for that. One thing, being fit and healthy isn't a fad, and it's not a trend, but it's a lifestyle. So what lifestyle are you choosing? I want to choose a healthy lifestyle. I don't want it just to be, okay, for this first 90 days, I'm going to eat right, exercise, and then fall off, because that's what a lot of people do. At the beginning of the year, everybody has this goal, this plan. I'm going to eat right, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to lose all this weight. And then 6 months later, they're still paying for a gym membership that they're not even using. They have all these vitamins, supplements in their cabinets that they're not even using. And so once you understand the importance of, okay, I need these vitamins, I need these nutrients, I need this in my body, I need this beat boost to give me that extra boost, to give me that extra push to go to the gym. I can say this. I've slept 2 hours. I worked 12-hour shifts, and I'm still wide awake from my B-boost last night, you know? So it works, but you have to stay consistent. Whatever you do, stay consistent. Stay consistent. Consistency is the key. You know, my thing is, get out there, talk to people, let people know, you know, tell them your testimony. You have testimonies. People that you know have testimonies. Even if you don't have a testimony, you know someone that has a testimony. So get them on the phone, get them on the call. Because if you're not networking, you're not working. You know, that's my thing. If you're not networking, you're not working. And you have to network. You have to work. You know, that's the key with anything that you do. I don't care if you're going to a job fair or if you're at work, whatever the case may be. When you're at work, you're still networking. You're still talking to people, you know, and it's somebody there at work that wants to lose weight. It's somebody there at work that's tired and fatigued, that needs energy. Somebody there that may be sick, that may be coughing. So, and somebody else there that I'm quite sure is taking vitamins and nutrients. But guess what? If they understand that, okay, these sprays are 98% absorbent, you're spending this money on something that, you know, you're only absorbing 20% of it or less. You know, so why not purchase something that, you know, that you're consuming, you're actually absorbing almost all of your money's worth. Well, how about that? So, and that's what you want. I have people, I actually just got promoted, and I have people like trying to come find me. Okay, I need some B-Boost, Shakina. I need some Slim today. You know, make sure you bring it. I need some power, you know, that type of thing. Sending me emails, whatever the case may be. But the key thing is network. Let people know, you know, set up your TTPs, follow up, do whatever you have to do. This is your business. Do whatever you have to do to get it moving, you know, because at the end of the day, if you didn't put in the work, you can't blame anybody but yourself. You have to put in the work with whatever you do, you know, because you have to get results. You know, you want results, you got to put in the work. That's what I tell my clients. You want the results, you got to put in the work. Set up a goal every day. Okay, this is my goal. You know what I'm saying? I want these results today. You know, so this is my goal. I'm going to talk to 10 people. I'm going to get 2 people in the business by the end of the week. Okay, that's my goal. Whatever the case may be, set it and strive for it. It's okay if you fall short, but long as you know you did your best to reach that goal, that's all that matters. Thank you, Dr. Denise.
Thank you, Ms. Shakina Day. You always bring so many wonderful points to the call. And that's amazing. You said that it was 47.5 million adults that are reported to disability. Is that every year?
Every year.
Wow. And then you said something about the different type of diseases, so the disabilities that they're reporting to. You said back pain was one. Did you say back pain?
Yes, back pain. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was something. I want to maybe talk on another call again about the back pain and why that is like one of the top leading disabilities that these that adults are being reported to.
Okay.
That was amazing. Wow. And Shakina said it, Pam. She says that 3 things you basically need to do if you really want to enjoy your life. And I love when you said being fit and healthy. It is a lifestyle. This is the lifestyle that Melanie and Miguel are offering to us. It's step before they work so hard to give this to us. And I appreciate, my goodness, Pam, you have no idea. I appreciate from the depths of my heart everything that Melanie and Miguel are pouring into Team at the Network. And it is greatly appreciated. I'm not taking it for granted. And I'm not going to be stumbled and disturbed and distracted by anything else other than Team at the Network. Because I know Mel and Amy. We know Mel and Amy. We know their heart. They've been in the industry for 24 years, nonstop. And we know whatever they bring to the table, they have put their stamp of approval on it. And that's saying a lot because, they don't settle for anything less than the best. Our products have the highest of qualities, the greatest and the best of ingredients in our products. And Shakina talked about high blood pressure, and she talked about hypertension and all the different strokes and things like that. And Eric Geraldton, I was at a CCP in Virginia last night. Eric Geraldton says, how can you, knowing someone has high blood pressure, knowing that someone has hypertension, knowing that someone is dealing with diabetes, and you have something in your hand that you know is going to help them, how can you walk past them and not reach out and say, here, this is what you need? This is what we have, family. Realize what we have in our hands. We have a product that has been proven. We have testimony after testimony. Our ingredients are the top, the best ingredients in this product. And you hear the stories every week on this call, exactly what's happening. And Shakina just confirmed this day with the research that she knows about health and your body and different functions, how the body functions, and what's being reported in the medical industry, and the foods that we're eating, and everything we're being exposed to, the importance of our children getting these vitamins. Let's not overlook that, our children. And Shakina, right quick, can you just say, because people ask me all the time, are these vitamins safe for children to take? Please, just real quick, in about a minute or two, just answer that. Are these vitamins safe for children to take?
Yes, I have a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And we spray them, of course, not the adult, the recommended sprays for the adult size, but we spray them like my youngest son. We'll spray him the D. We won't give him the B because he'll be bouncing on the wall. But the D, the cell energy, and the Super 10, we'll spray him one time. As far as my oldest daughter, she's 7. We'll spray her 2 times of each except the Slim, and the same with my 4-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they are. My children take the sprays. And as you know, Melanie McGill, their children are taking the sprays. But come on, Sam, they are safe. And our children need them because they're not getting out in the sun like they used to. They're not exercising and running and eating healthy. Look, I mean, all the fast food is really replaced, getting a good home-cooked meal. Now, Shakina, one other thing, because you talked about oils and cooking oils. I know everybody that fried chicken is listening. So they say, Shakina, what kind of oil should I use to fry my chicken in?
Coconut oil.
What kind?
Coconut oil.
Oh, coconut oil. Okay, because I know I heard some folks say, "Oh no, I gotta watch about the oil." Oh no, I fry chicken every week. So I just heard. I know I kind of felt that folks out there. I was feeling it. So there you go. I mean, coconut oil. Oh, great talk, Shakina. Great talk. And I love it. Did you hear what she said? That when we're eating, we're either feeding a disease or fighting a disease based on what we're eating. Okay, this is some great things. Another great call to listen to. We got to have your husband back, Shakina. Chris is very passionate about the sprays as well, and you all are doing a great job holding your TTPs in Pensacola and getting the word out about the 10 sprays. So we got to have your husband on with us one day so he can share his heart in regard to the sprays. As you all know, Chris Day played with the Green Bay Packers, who I was with the Super Bowl. I was cheering for him. But okay, maybe next year. Maybe next year. Shakina Days, thank you so very much. It was beautiful, awesome. We're going to go on to the UK now with Anita Poole with our host for the day. Dr. Poole, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay, Denise?
I can indeed. I can. How are you?
Fantastic, thanks. Great information, Shakina, and I absolutely agree with you. In fact, there's some recent headlines here. One only needs to walk 20 minutes a day in order to increase one's lifespan. Less physical activity giving rise to increasing obesity is one of the major causes of early death through all these different disorders that Shakina has so rightly, highlighted, basically, arthritis, heart problems, back pain, diabetes, high blood pressure, they're all actually increasing in terms of the statistics. In fact, here in the UK, I was shocked when I heard this. The government are actually thinking of paying pregnant women to stop smoking, because obviously smoking is also a major, major cause of many different lung disorders, other kinds of disorders, and in fact, early death. But the thing is, obviously, anything that we're eating and drinking when we're pregnant or inhaling is actually going through the placenta to the baby. So everything in families is so incredibly important. And interestingly, Vicky actually posted a testimonial that we've had on the TEI calls, and Mr. T's fantastic calls as well, a testimonial of the TEN sprays actually helping some people to stop smoking when they had struggled and struggled and struggled before. And part of the reason is because of the fantastic detoxification that we're getting with the Super 10, the cell energy, and obviously increasing the mineral status and vitamin status with the D power, the B boost, and obviously being able to slim down with the Slim by 10. And yeah, the Slim by 10 definitely works. I mean, I've lost over 30 pounds in just a few months. My BMI, and I know Shakina was talking about the BMI, the body mass index, it is a good indicator of whether one is normal, fit, or obese. And actually, BMI is not always easy to get down. And I got mine down by literally 4 points. That's quite large, basically. And it not only decreased my BMI, it increased my body fat, but most importantly, the visceral fat as well. It actually decreased my visceral fat by 3 points. And visceral fat, the fat around your organs, is really, really hard to tackle. It's a fat that you don't see. But anyone who is looking overweight, you're extremely likely to have fat around your organs. And it's the most harmful fat, basically. So it's really important to get these statistics done. It's very easy to get your BMI. Any gym you go to should have a machine that you can literally just stand on, and it will actually measure your visceral fat, your body fat, your BMI, your weight, etc. So, get these things done and then monitor it while you're taking the TEN sprays, because they definitely do help and they do work synergistically. Just like Shakina was saying, even the 5-HTP in our Super 10, that actually has an effect on weight, and also one of the reasons why it has an effect on weight is because it helps with the formation of serotonin and melatonin. Serotonin is the kind of happiness hormone, and obviously the better one's mood is, the more likely one is going to be more active and exercise, and therefore it will burn off the calories even in that way. And also, very importantly, it helps to produce the melatonin, which is the hormone that you produce with darkness in order to be able to go to sleep. But many of us, because of our lifestyle and because we don't actually live a life that's truly with our circadian rhythm, our daily rhythm, our diurnal rhythm, and our nocturnal rhythm, our sleep rhythm. Because we have artificial lighting, we don't live by candlelight anymore, we don't get up at dawn, go to bed, get ready for bed as it's dusk, and then go to bed at dark because we have artificial lighting. Now the problem is that changes our hormonal rhythm of serotonin and melatonin, and therefore the diurnal rhythm, the day rhythm, and the night rhythm, the nocturnal rhythm. So why am I mentioning this? Well, actually 5-HTP helps to produce the serotonin to keep us happy in the day, and it helps to produce the melatonin, which helps us sleep at night. So they've also done some research that shows that if you sleep well at night, in keeping with your diurnal and nocturnal rhythm, that's your natural body rhythm, which is attached to daylight and darkness, you're more likely to be able to lose weight. These hormones actually have an effect on cortisol, the stress hormone, and the higher your stress hormone, the more likely you are to be overweight and obese. And obviously, decreased exercise doesn't help. And, obesity and being overweight is a major, major problem. In fact, the statistics are that all around the world, we need more hospitals to actually tackle the problem of weight, because weight gives rise to many other disorders like diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, inflammatory disorders, very painful disorders, and many other kinds of illnesses. In fact, even asthma, even the allergic conditions, they've related many, many disorders consequential to being overweight. In fact, they say the desk diet is the worst diet. That's the fast track to obesity. And it's very difficult now with foodstuffs to know exactly what is healthy and what's not healthy because of the way it's marketed. Did you know that even smoked salmon something that you would think is actually quite healthy, because the word salmon, it's made of fish. You think smoked salmon is really healthy. Well, actually, some of it is smoked in the wrong kind of fat. You know, just like Shakina was mentioning, have healthy fats, basically. And the healthy fats are the natural fats. So it's really, really important to look at the ingredients on what you buy, to get your statistics done, and to take the TEN sprays, basically. You know, James Caan said, and James Caan is a multimillionaire. He's made his money himself right from scratch. In fact, he left school and he left his family at the age of 16 in Asia. He came over to the West and he started working straight away, and now he's a multimillionaire through many different kinds of businesses. He said, to tackle challenges, you need to be fit, feel fit, be healthy, have energy, and be full of energy. So health relates very, very, very importantly to what you can actually do in life, how you can overcome challenges, and how you can get wealthy. He said, if you feel more energized, people will see that, and they'll respond to that energy. So you're not only being healthy for yourself, but you're also being healthy for others too, in order to inspire them and enthuse them. And that's where the TEN sprays come in, because, you know, the healthier you look, the healthier you feel, the more energy you portray, the more likely your person that you're talking to is going to be inspired by you and want to try the TEN sprays and want to have their own business, basically, which is also what the TEN sprays gives us the opportunity to do, to have our own business and have unlimited income. It's absolutely incredible. James Caan went on to say, a healthy body fosters a healthy mind. But best of all, use both of them to create the life that you want and create your own future. So a healthy body is important, a healthy mind is important. And guess what? Every single high-quality ingredient that we have in the TEN sprays, no one else has all these ingredients, this kind of dosage, this high quality, with this high pay plan, with a company that's been paying out every single Wednesday for around about 10 years. I mean, it's incredible. That kind of track record, you won't get that with sprays anywhere else, and you won't get these sprays, and we've got even more absolutely incredible sprays coming along. So I'm excited. I know you're excited as well, Denise, Dale, Shakina. We've got lots and lots of people very excited. In fact, thousands of people excited in TEN. And, of course, hundreds of thousands and more than 20 millionaires in our sister division, My Video Talk. So we're going from strength to strength. Back to you, Denise.
Thank you, Dr. Nita Poole. And I am very excited, Dr. Poole, because, you know, I love the way Team Up and Network do it. We do it with integrity. You know, we do it as a team. We do it as a family. And this is what I love about this company. We have the best leaders right here at Team Up and Network, and the best product, and the best company, and the best compensation plan that is all been proven. So, yes, I'm very excited. Shakina, Dave, thank you so very much for bringing your wisdom to the call. We love you so much. And I also want to say congratulations to all those who have thus far qualified for the Frenzy bonus. Congratulations. You have doubled that fast start, and some of you tripled that fast start bonus. But it's not over yet. You still got a couple more days to sign up for the business partners. So the month of January, we have, a couple more days left. So when you sign in with the month of January, you got 7 days after that to get your 2 new business partners to triple your fast start bonus. Don't forget San Extravaganza, March the 14th, 1-year birthday celebration in Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh, it's going to be on and popping there, and it's going to be hot. And also we have the 1-year Power Q Challenge taking place in many of you. Congratulations. You are finished for the month of January. Great job, great job. February is right around the corner. So what is February's goal? Help those 2 that you got in January to get theirs too. And then you are just 10 months away from receiving the $22,750 a monthly residual. Woo, pat yourself on the back because you are well on your way. Well, before we close the call, Pastor, do you have anything to say before we close out?
Well, I just want to say great job to Ms. Day. She always feeds us, always gives us great information. That was a powerful, powerful call. I'd just really admonish everybody to go back and just listen to it again. Even though you heard it, you're going to pick up some key points that you didn't hear before. Just phenomenal, information that you're getting on these calls, guys, and especially when you have someone that's qualified as Ms. Day doing the presentation, especially for the day. We also want to, thank, her and her husband for what they're doing in the Pensacola, Florida area, and being a part of this wonderful team that we have and growing our business and expanding our business down into the Florida market. We do have a couple people down in the Florida market, but it's really not a huge group of people. So Florida is wide open, and we're looking forward to coming down and being a part of some of the things that they do as well. Also, if you are in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, DMV, don't forget, I don't know if you mentioned this already, Pastor Denise, but we're having another training on Saturday, the 7th. So we definitely want to have you guys out for training. Pastor Denise's house from 12 to 3. It's going to be a great time. Back to you.
Yes, sir. We do. We moved it up, and we're going to have it at the end of February, but okay, give me training. So February the 7th, we're going to have team training from 12 to 3. Well, as Shakina said, being fit and healthy is a lifestyle, and Intra Network is offering a lifestyle to be fit, to be healthy, and to be wealthy. So we want to say once again, Mel and Amy Gill, we love you, and we thank you for allowing God to use you to help the average, ordinary person to live an extraordinary life of abundance and freedom. We love you. We appreciate you, family. Go out there, make it happen. Share. That's all you have to do. You have something amazing in your hand. Go out there and share it with the world, and let's make a difference in the lives of people living up to our number one product, changing people's lives. You are loved. You are appreciated. Be back on the call tomorrow morning to hear more spectacular things that's happening in Intra Network. God bless you all. Have a blessed day on purpose. Mwah.